Sorry about that. I kind of got sidetracked during my last question, but what was one of the strengths used during the stage? I had to think about it, and I came to the conclusion that what amazed me during on the stage, was the stage props that were used, like the gun, the bottles, the bats, because it gave the play more, not only funny but action too. So that kind of like made me more like kind of happy with what I saw and more influenced to go see more other plays if they were like that one. What was one weakness? I said in the beginning of the video was one of the weaknesses of that stage, I believe, was it didn't surprise me enough because when the lights went dim between like every scene that they went from house to house, I would know which house they were going to, and I would like know what to expect after the first like couple scenes, and I got to see every character and how they were. So it made it less of a surprise for me. So I think that was one of the weaknesses of the stage, and also the space, and like they could have been more. I think it could have been more like more action if they had more space. Like the actors could have been more dramatic instead of just trying to make sure that they don't slip off into the audience. Like, yeah, when Ralph and Jackie fought at the end and looked like they were struggling to maintain to keep themselves inside that black box stage area. Like, they didn't want to go off too far into the audience. Describe the costume and how was it effective? Honestly, the costuming during that play, it really didn't, nobody really, it didn't describe any character in a way, except for Victoria, I feel like, because she had like the cornrows and then the side hair. So at the beginning of the play, she already looked like she took drugs, and which surprised me during the play was that she actually got down and did a line of cocaine like that blew my mind. I was not expecting that at all. But at the beginning of the play, she did look like she did former drugs or still is addicted to drugs. So I feel like on Victoria's part, the costuming was nailed, but on everybody else's part, it was like, except for Julio, you would be able to tell that he's Hispanic. But Jackie and Ralph and Ralph's wife, they were like costume, but you could not tell how they went about their daily lives or how you can tell their relationships by the way they're dressed. You couldn't really figure out about them by the way they dress. Only Victoria and Julio, in my opinion. What was one strength of the costuming? They did nail Julio and Victoria, like I said before, because you was able to tell their former lives or like where they came from and stuff of that nature. One weakness was that they didn't really have much costuming there, honestly. I feel like costuming usually goes to the lines of putting somebody in a different perspective, but I feel like most of them still look like former people till today. So I feel like there really wasn't much costuming, and I feel like some of the actors probably brought clothes from home that fitted them to act within the scene. Because they did look like they wear that every day outside of acting, in my opinion. What did I notice about the lights and sound? I feel like the lighting wasn't that great. It could have gone darker between each scene, but the sound I was pleased with because during the beginning when they told us to silence our cell phones, I believe it was Julio who did tell us in like his Spanish funny voice to silence our cell phones, which made me laugh. Like it was a good chuckle at the beginning to open up with. And then like in between the scenes, they would play songs that I would know, like they played Biggie and another old school song that I forgot. But it made me more pleased with what I was seeing and more like used to, I would say. Like I'm familiar with that type of music, so it made me calm with the environment. Um, how does the play you saw reflect the world in which we live in? Um, I feel like it does reflect in a certain way because we do have alcoholics, drug addicts. Till to this day, like we'll always have them every day, and we everybody has relationship problems also too. So I feel like this play did hit a topic in society, but it did not hit it like an important topic, I would say. Because like honestly, we have bigger problems in the world than relationships to talk about, such as racism and politics and all that types of stuff. But I feel like it did hit on the issue of trust in relationships and drug addicts, like the problems people face daily as a drug addict. What did I like overall about the production? I like that it was funny and very had very a lot of action. Sorry, like I was honestly just expecting it to be a comedy about somebody